Hello friends, how's everybody doing? Before we get into the reading, I have a little disclaimer here. I'm not a medical doctor. I did, when I was meditating on the energy, get a message coming through about taking things that will boost your immune system. So if you are around people, maybe even in general, even if they're people that you normally see, if you start feeling sneezy, or your energy feels depleted, or you just have a feeling like, hey, I need to bolster my immune system. I kept getting these messages coming through about lemons, ginger, orange. So if anyone feels like that is a message for them, maybe something to look into. I don't know if it specifically needs to be those things, but yeah, maybe even a confirmation for you. Before we get into the reading, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. I'm hearing you're not working alone. You are not working alone. I'm looking at the Three of Pentacles, the Magician, the Six of Cups. I'm seeing what looks like a group of people that are working together. I'm seeing that these people have been connected for a very, very long time. A very long time. Something about what you guys do bringing you together. I'm seeing you be put in a scenario or finding yourself within a scenario where there's something that you're tossing up, and it looks like it's between doing something that you committed to and maybe even gave your word to, versus something that would be more like even underground, or something that you may not want brought to light, something that you wouldn't necessarily be proud of. So there's that. It's like it seems like it's either about, like, there are two choices. Are you going to stay true to your word, or are you going to do something that would be like dishonest or deceptive? This is what I'm seeing here. Definitely big emotions involved in whatever this is. For some of you, you're working with somebody that you've connected with in the past before. This can be like someone you were in a relationship with in the past, something like that. You just have a deep connection with them. Someone you got to know in the past. I'm seeing there be this really prime connection here. To have the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles, this is like an ideal emotional situation. And to also have the Two of Cups, this is like mutual reception with someone. You feel like this person is a wish fulfillment. You feel they really understand you, and more than anything, you are intimately able to, there is a capacity, there is potential to really connect with this person in an in-depth way. And this may be someone that has now like re-entered, recrossed your path. However, you may have something personally going on that would also affect this. Let's keep going and see. Meaning for some of you, like, you may be committed to something, or this other person may be committed to something where there's like a better way to go about this, and another way that you would look at that and be like, that was me sabotaging a situation. Or like, if I had been connected with my higher self within that situation, it's not something that I would do. Or like, my intuition is telling me like, do not go in that direction, you know? There's something here about the beginning of this, there being like a gateway through conversation. So there's something about really picking and choosing what you are saying to this person very carefully. Because I'm seeing like that's the place where things can get quite mixed up between the two of you. Meaning, if you are not being deliberate in the way that you are speaking out, it seems like that's where a door may be opened that you would then look back on it afterwards and be like, that's where that door opened to a place that we should not have gone together, is what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing too is that it looks like you have developed stability in your life, and whatever these things are, or this thing is that you're committed to, it seems like that opposes whatever Seven of Swords this is. Remember too, this can be an energy outside of yourself. This can be somebody coming through in a way that feels tempting, but it's not something that you would proudly be shouting from the rooftops, you know? Or it can be like an impulse that you're feeling, but it's something that you're aware of and you're like, that's coming from a shadow space. I recognize that. Having communication with someone about the direction that you want to take things in, taking a chance to have this conversation. It seems like there's a way to go about this that you are going to feel good about, that feels stable, that feels secure, that feels like you're coloring in the lines. And then there's a way that you could go about doing this that would be, I keep getting underground with the Seven of Swords, but I'm seeing this be something that, it's like there's one way that you could go about doing something where there would be like no shame about it, you know? Like there would be no issue with it. There would be no like even moral issue with what it is that you're doing. And then there's another way, or what this person is doing. And then there's another way that this can be gone about in a way where like you would probably feel shame about it, only because the Seven of Swords is here. So this is something, the Seven of Swords is like wanting to keep something hidden because one is doing something that they know is out of alignment. Something that like morally is not in alignment with what they believe in, something that they are like, I recognize that this is the wrong thing for me to be doing, or that like I'm lying by doing this, stuff like that. So there are these two different ways that one can go about doing this. I'm seeing there be an emotional connection. I'm seeing something feel very, very strong between two people here. I'm seeing this even feel like a wish fulfillment at some point that is being recognized, that is being spoken about. What I'm seeing too is that the way that one decides to talk about the direction that they're going in with this person, even to address how it is that they're feeling, it looks like this is happening in a way that is maybe differently than how it had been explored before. There's something new. There's something about being in territory that feels somewhat unfamiliar, and about going in that direction, and about communicating from that space, about how one is feeling, what they feel pulled towards, what's speaking to them, things of that nature. This is not the first time you've connected with this person. Yeah, there's something here about taking it easy, taking it slow with the two of you, especially because you know what the connection is. You know what the connection is. I see it like this, you know, you openly recognize the dynamic, energetically, the chemistry that you have with this person, and it's something that you are actively tempering. To have temperance and also lovers, this is like not just immediately giving into impulses and how we're feeling. This is about really patiently working through this. Not doing things in a panic. It's about responsibly doing this in a way that like everyone feels empowered through the movements of. And it looks like that's coming into the conversation space now, which looks like a very big win for both of you, because it introduces a sense of stability that maybe hadn't really been there before with the two of you. This may not be a clear-cut thing. I'm seeing some waviness emotionally, some things feeling a little bit foggy or unsure. What I'm getting is that just dealing with this as it comes is going to be the best way to go about it, because it just seems like a lot that's going on emotionally. And the more like slow and steady, very much like the tortoise, the more slowly and steadily you work through this, the more the like confusion or just this compilation emotionally, the more it's going to dissipate and be worked through. So this, whatever this is going on between the two of you, emotionally speaking, where you're trying to sort this out, what's going on, the best, most effective way for you to do this is at a slow pace to temper it. Because it looks like anything else is not going to feel like you're really getting to the point of what's going on here. And intuitively you recognize this too, especially because you may feel like you're being drawn in multiple directions too. So to just go at a pace where it's like you're checking in with yourself, you're checking in with this person, and you are listening to like intuitively and morally what is right for me to be doing, like going forward, what's in alignment, is there anything going on that like morally is not sitting well with me, and checking in with yourself constantly. Rather than acting first and thinking later, this is about thinking first. Perceiving first. All of that. So, I'm seeing you and another person working together. You guys have come into each other's lives, and there's like a lot of collaborating that's happening between the two of you, a lot of energetic exchange that's happening. I'm seeing a big emphasis on this being like quite an emotional experience that's going on. I'm seeing a deep emotional connection that you have with somebody. You guys want to create a big sense of stability, feeling like your connection is solid gold with this person. You may have had a past where with this individual, this feels like a part 2 to the last reading. You may have had a past with this individual where things were not as straightforward as you can make them now. Even we can say, because like in the past, maybe you were younger, you had less experience, and so you were just doing what you could with the best that you had. Now there's more wisdom that you have, there's more experience, and there's a better way to go about doing this with this person. I'm seeing lifetimes that you have had with this person. I'm seeing you guys being like younger together. I'm seeing like you guys connecting with each other and recognizing like, hey, there's something there. It's like when you make eye contact with this person, you just, there's this sense felt of being seen, and that being a mutual thing that you share with them. And then there's that like what has grown from that, and I'm seeing it be very like chemistry and passion based with this person, even if things have been platonic. That's not going to be the story for everybody, but relationships can take on many different faces, all of them as valid as the next. So, but because of how strongly energetically you guys are connected, yeah, this reminds me of the energy from the last reading. There is something between you and this person where you guys are very much like a magnet towards one another. And this is something that it is already recognized and established, the chemistry and the connection that you have with this person. I'm not seeing this be something that's debated anymore. It's like both of you guys know what it is, right? But now it's about learning to work with that. Like, how do we work with the chemistry that we have and the profound connection that we have, and bring it into a space that we feel is emotionally, energetically ideal for both of us, and also feel like we have done this in a way that we feel good about. Because I'm seeing there be like, I don't know if this is both of your energies or this is just one, but it's coming to light. There's something about conversation with this person, maybe dipping into an area that you would be like, oh, I shouldn't have said that, or I shouldn't have taken it there, or like that was not appropriate to be doing. There's something here about like the conversation even being, you don't want to say anything. It's like this: when you talk to this person, talk to them in a way that you would feel fine if anybody read what you were saying to them. This is what I'm getting. Like, don't say anything that if like certain people would read it, like you wouldn't feel good about that. Like you would feel like you had done something wrong. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that the conversations stay up. Yeah, I'm getting this again. Make sure the conversations stay above ground. Whatever that means to you with this person. Because I'm seeing too, both of you guys may also be in a space where like you're trying to do things the right way, and like if one of you, I'm seeing you guys have a very strong influence on one another. Not that you can't both make your own decisions, but it looks like if one of you kind of slips up in a direction, it may very strongly influence the other person. And so like you don't want to bring them down with you by doing something that you recognize is out of alignment in the conversation with them. So there's definitely an emphasis here on speaking in a way that you feel is empowering and is in the light and is coming from a place of love and in alignment with the highest good, all of that stuff. Do no harm in all of that is what I'm seeing here. Even if this means that it's different than how things had been before. Because I don't know what was going on in the past with you, but there could have been some sort of like brush that you had with a situation that like maybe now it's not something that you would feel good about getting yourself involved in anymore. So even though this territory that you're in with this person feels very new, because it's like, oh, our dynamic has never been like this before, I'm not even sure how I feel about it. Like, what does this mean for us? Where are we going? Allow yourself to have fun and to explore this, and to keep following your intuition, and to keep doing so in a way that you feel is in alignment with your integrity. It's very important, because I'm seeing you guys can get, because of the attraction between the two of you, I'm seeing things can go downhill very quickly. It's almost like you get caught up in something with this person and have things go in a direction where it's like, I got so sucked into that. It feels like a kryptonite moment. So this is about not letting it go to that place and being very aware, because I'm seeing you be able to avoid things falling into a place that would end up feeling like this and feeling like you made a move that was selfish. So by you staying in alignment with what you feel like value-wise, morally, is the right thing to do with this person throughout your relationship with them, how you're interacting with them, all of that stuff, it is going to help you transcend whatever like difficult, sticky, karmic situation that you could potentially get in that would just be accruing more karma rather than dissipating it through this relationship, is what I'm seeing here. I'm looking at Uranus, Gemini, Mercury, Sagittarius. All right, my friends, we're going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.